What's up, Battle Riders, and welcome to another tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be looking at ASHKA, the Molten Fury. As usual, we'll quickly go over the Battlerites, and then we'll go straight to the tips and tricks. One thing to note, ASHKA doesn't have a lot of good options for Battlerites, so his build usually looks the same game to game. For round 1, I always take the upgrade to his space. After testing the knockback, it's just not that good. For round 2, I continue the trend of upgrading space. His other two Battlerites are subpar. I always take the third Battlerite for round 3. This Battlerite is just way too good to not take. Round 4 is where you kinda get some choices. All three really are viable, but I always go for the third option. However, it's all about personal preference, and just take the one you feel most comfortable with. Round 5 is no contest. I always take the heal on left click, after you ult. Tip number 1 is all about ASHKA's EX abilities. I'm just gonna come out and say it, his EX space is useless. While I was recording this footage, I tried to find scenarios where I would use it, and I really could not find anything. Even in sudden death scenarios, I'd rather save that energy for something else, because it costs 2 energy bars. That's ridiculous. I'd rather save that energy for his EXQ, which is phenomenal. It's an AoE on-demand petrify with a very small cast time. Use this against melee enemies that are in your face and will not back off, or just any character that gets too close for comfort. Also, using EXQ and pairing it with your right click, you can push enemies very far away, which is really helpful in sudden death situations. ASHKA is a very energy hungry character, but luckily he can generate it very quick, so don't be afraid to use this ability a lot. Speaking of energy usage, let's talk about how to use his R properly. In my opinion, ASHKA's R ability is the strongest ability in his kit. Use it to shut down huge abilities like Jade's right click and Tea's right click. You can place this in front of ranged enemies to basically hamstring all of their damage, while still doing as much damage as you want. Another important feature is that it reapplies Ignite every time an enemy touches it. This is really important to keep up ASHKA's DPS. Also, if you took my suggested Battlerites, any left click traveling through the wall of fire will actually turn into a right click. Interestingly enough, the range is actually extended slightly for each bolt that travels through the wall. These bolts also reapply Ignite. You can use this interaction to push back troublesome enemies, while also zoning out any ranged damage coming your way. Another great way to use this ability is to zone out any ranged enemies trying to take the orb, and then take it yourself without any worries. And naturally, you can use the extension on your range to secure an out of reach kill. Tip number 3 is all about Ignite. Now you've heard me talk about Ignite a few times in the past few tips, and now I'm going to tell you why. Ignite is a very strong damage over time that is really easy to apply and really easy to keep up. Over a 6-second period, it deals 8 damage. If you're able to apply it and then keep it up, your enemies will be sitting there wondering, where did my health go? Here's how it works. If an enemy is already ignited, each left click will reapply Ignite. ASHKA has plenty of ways to actually apply Ignite. His right click bolts apply Ignite, his ultimate applies Ignite, blah blah blah, you get the point. Ignite is why trading with ASHKA is so dangerous, because if you can keep this damage over time up on you, you're going to lose. Your main goal in big fights is to make sure that all enemies are ignited. For tip number 4, I wanted to talk about ASHKA's Q to E combo. Now, I put this combo last because although it is useful, it's kinda hard to pull off. It's also really easy to avoid if they can see it coming, but it's good to have it in your arsenal. Basically, when an enemy is in your face who has a lot of escapes, you want to put a Q behind them, not directly under them. This is to trick them into a false sense of security, you know? You don't really want them to use their escapes. If they took the bait, you can knock them back with your E into your stun. Again, the purpose of this is that they don't use any escapes, so you can basically get a guaranteed stun if you time it right. This combo can be used offensively and defensively, it's really up to you, but you've got to pick and choose when you use it. If you use it too many times, the enemy is going to pick up on it, and you really don't want them to dodge this combo because then you're out your Q and your E. And remember, your E is really important because you can use it to manipulate the battlefield. Don't be afraid to push your enemies towards your allies, or push the orb out of the way of enemy fire. Anyways guys, that's all the tips I have for you today. I really enjoy playing ASHKA, and I think he's one of the best and funnest characters there is in Battlerite. So I hope this guide helps you enjoy playing him as much as I do. Again, feedback is always welcome, so let me know what you think of the video in the comments below. I've definitely got more content coming soon, so feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the arena.